an excellent quarter, very robust. It's actually our 7th quarter since listing where we have grown earnings at 20% year-on-year level. If you think of our businesses, we have two large businesses, our cash logistics business and our managed services and technology business. As you said, the managed services business has ramped up strongly. We've had a 38% year-on-year growth in our revenue. In fact, this is a business we incubated about 10 years ago. It is now on track. Till last year, it was about 35% of revenue. We forecasted that our segmental split would be roughly 60-40 by the end of FY25. But thankfully, in Q3 itself, we have hit that 60-40 number, and we'll strive to have that balance going forward. From a perspective of the full year, we had set out a goal of doubling our revenue from FY21, when we had roughly about 1,300 crore revenue, to a size of 2,600 crores by FY25. So our directional guidance was 2,500 to 2,700 crores for next year. This year, we're looking at ending the year in a growth of about 17 to 19%. As of now, for the 9 months in the year, we are growing at about 16% year-on-year. Q3 itself has grown at 19% year-on-year.
Right. Rajiv, want to talk a little more about the managed services segment, because we have seen a good amount of growth. In fact, 35% on a year-on-year basis for this quarter gone by, if I'm not mistaken. Want to understand whether or not it is going to be this segment which is going to drive growth going forward over the next few quarters. Is this where the focus of the company also lies?
So if I just rewind a little bit to when we were listing the company 2 years ago, we said our growth is linked to two broad economic parameters. One is higher consumption and formalization trends we're seeing in India, because that's where a lot of our retail sector growth comes from. And second is the growth of banks, because banks are our key customers. And as banks expand their infrastructure, we have become over time a very critical banking infrastructure solutions provider. And as banks grow, they will outsource more, and CMS should benefit from the higher outsourcing from banks. So I think we've seen that both play out, both in our cash logistics business and managed services business. Our managed services business, starting on a smaller base, has now reached fairly good critical mass. And we expect a lot of solution wins, enterprise wins from that sector to drive our growth. But at a segment level, we feel fairly buoyant and confident of growth opportunity in the coming years from retail, where we're seeing very strong ramp-up expansion plans of retail, where our own solutions have gone from just pure logistics to now technology-enabled solutions, and also from our remote monitoring and AI business, which is part of our managed services business.